Hey, hey, hey! Welcome to the Curious Intern podcast. This is a Christian lifestyle podcast where we share opinions or I get opinions on different views of life or different aspects of life. And I share what other people would say, what you might be thinking. I share my opinion and overall the main person, God. So welcome to this episode and I hope you enjoy it. Hey guys, welcome to another episode. What am I saying? It's just the continuation of the former episode, okay? Thank you for listening to the other one. I'm so grateful that you took out time to really pay attention to what this young girl has to say. I'm grateful for the time, really grateful for your time, because in this time that we are okay, in this era, this period that we are, time is a valuable asset, and everyone who gives you a bit of your time should be appreciated. So I would never stop appreciating you, my listeners. Thank you so much. It means the world to me. So I was talking about life, or we were gisting. I was talking, you were listening, so it's still conversation in two-way of a sort. And I was saying life is a battleground. And since we already know now that life is a battleground, I want to talk about the scars we've come out from. Some of us have fought battles. I have fought battles. You have fought battles. I just want to talk about how some of these scars have formed us. And there's this thing, make or break you, right? Or make or mar you. Do you know, I never know that make or mar you came out in was used in the 1400s. Yeah, I found that out, and I'm like, wow. 1400s. Then the one make, and it's it was used by the British English, right? The British people. Why the American English is the make or break, which was later brought up in the 1600s. A lot has happened. This world has seen plenty. Anyway, so battle scars is what we're going to talk about, how they form a large part of our lives. So I'm going to talk about a few definition stuff to just get the ball rolling. So first thing I want to say is a choice. Yeah, I know that sounds weird to start, but that was what I was led to begin with, okay? So just bear with me. What is a choice? What is the word choice? Now, why I'm saying this is because you as a human being, you have been gifted the freedom of free will, the freedom to make a choice in every situation you are. Every choice you make always has a consequence, and whatever consequence, you have to bear it. And so, in order to understand what it means when they say choice. So, a choice is an act of choosing between two or more possibilities. A choice is the range of different things from which a being can choose. So it's you choosing between two or more possibilities. Let's underline the word possibilities, which means if there's something in front of you that you know is impossible, it's no longer a choice because you can't, it's an impossible thing. So you're not making a choice. Maybe someone, and there are a lot of things that people bring to your table, or maybe in movies, they'll bring something to the table and they're like, make this choice. But you know that this is impossible, but you are asked to make a choice. At that point, it is no longer that you're making a choice. It is, just happening. So it has to be between two or more possibilities. And also a choice is a range of different things from which you as a human being can choose. Now, another definition we're going to look at is scar. So a scar is a mark left on the skin or within a body tissue where a wound, burn, or sore has not healed. Emphasis on the word has not healed. So if something hasn't healed properly, a scar is formed and it's always left behind. So it means something happened after, something happened there, So it's just reminding you, it's always there, it's still there. Now, battle scars, it's proof that you fought the battle. In battle, injury occurs, you get wounded one way or the other, so it is as you fight the battle of life. Oh, okay, that's something else. So battle scars are scars you get from fighting a battle. Simple as ABC, right? So now, back to the other points that we're going to talk about now. You have to know that life is a battle. We're not going to talk about just the physical one. Some of us go through emotional battles. Some of us go through the fight to win love. I think February we just talked about how love finds you, right? But maybe some of us went the other way and we went in search for love, and we got burnt and you got heartbroken. And so those situations end up leaving you with scars. And I want you to know that you fought your battle and you won the battle, okay? Regardless of how it turned out. But I want you now to remember that there are wounds that have not healed. That's why they left a scar. If you're still being hurt deeply by emotions of the word love now, for say maybe someone was in a relationship and because it was a bad one, they decide and just conclude that love does not exist anymore. That is a scar talking, okay? So, or financial battle, you put your money in maybe in forex, cryptocurrency, and you got burned, and then because of that you're like, cryptos are for losers, you just hate on it. You don't want to try it anymore because you feel like it's it's a bad thing. That's a scar talking. So all these are examples of different types of battles everybody faces. Some people don't like their face, their physical battle is like maybe they feel like they're fat, they're too thin, maybe they're ugly. Those are just things. Different people. Were over 7 billion people on this earth, and every single person, I want to tell you, is going through one thing or the other on their own. Even the one that claim not to be going through anything is going through something. And families are going through a thing, individuals are going through a thing, brothers and sisters are going through a thing, husbands and wives are going through a thing. There's no breathing space per se if you don't have Jesus. Okay? So some scars that we have are insecurity, fear of failure, low self-esteem, emotionally you're zoned out. Your EQ becomes so low, you no longer feel emotions and the rest. You're not like a bad guy, hard guy, right? Yes. So I read an article online, and the article was titled "From Something to Beauty Marks." Okay, so it was like, maybe it's from BattleScars to Beauty Marks. I can't really remember, but he made, I don't even know who really wrote that. It started as a girl writing it, and it ended as a guy writing it. I really do not understand the train of thought of that article. But yes, SCAR. It's an acronym for symbolic confirmations affirming residue, which means though you no longer look like the problem, but there is still something there. And he broke down different routes on which you can leave the battle scar to beauty marks. And one of it was bruising. She started with the word bruising, and she said she got an injury. She hit her leg, like she fell down, and then she just kept walking because she did not see all this. But then she found out that she was feeling pain, and it was a child that now showed her that, mom, there's something on your leg. And then she was like, wow. She now snapped it, and she saw how big it was, and that was a bruise. So it was like a bruise or something that was under, because there was no bleeding, it was under the skin, and she could not see it, so she didn't know it was there, but she felt the pain. And then the next thing she said was that pain should lead to healing, which means if you can feel that pain, you would know that you should do whatever it takes to stop that pain, right? So it's like your body trying to tell you that, please, fix us. But some people ignore it. You were hurt by this lady, but instead of acknowledging it, instead of accepting it and healing, you just pushed it away and you're like, girls cannot hurt me. And then you just close your heart to love, and you refuse to ever feel a thing for anybody again. You refuse to acknowledge that you were indeed hurt, and then before you know it, you forget the pain. You forget the pain, but it's still there, but you forget it, and then you enter into a new relationship, and before you know it doesn't work out. Yeah, because you did not fix yourself the first time. That's why it's really, really important for us to heal from our traumas, for us to heal from our battles, from us to heal from any form of pain, any form of injury that we might have had in facing life. Some of us did not gain admission into university, first year, second year, third year, fourth year, then you finally enter school and you decide to do whatever you want. You did not heal from the fact that you had gone through, a lot of psychological trauma. You did not speak to anybody. You did not pray. You did not anchor your feet on something. And so when you go through school, you end up becoming something else. You come out and you cannot handle your degree because you know that was not you. There are a lot of results that happen as a result of us making certain choices. I, for one, had the battle of, there's a battle against the firstborn generally, right? Let's just pause that. So when I got admission, it was not instantaneously. I did not enter school immediately. I left. The first year was because I chose not to. I wanted to go out and blah blah blah. Okay, so I chose not to, and then it happened that it was now like a domino effect. I had ticked it, and then it was like I was not going to enter school the next year. So as I finished school 2014, I did not enter until 2016 ending, and it was like I entered school based on this was my last hope. Okay, so when I entered school, I had healed during that period of waiting before that I finally decided to go to school. Something touched me and I was just so vexed. I was being fine, okay? I was doing like I was fine, right? I was ignoring the pain. I was ignoring the pain of others on my set, going to school. I was ignoring that pain. And then it finally broke me. And then I got to a point where I was like, I surrendered all to you, Jesus. I have that in my diary. It's good to write, guys. So I have that and I was like, I surrendered to you, Jesus. And that was the moment that I knew that whatever came forward was for me. And so when I got into school, because I had healed from the fact that I had not entered once, I had made the decision like I was going to come out well. And I did. And that's just an example, okay? There are many other parts or phases of our lives where we are going through or we went through stuff that if we healed from it, the next step we will take, though we will be more cautious, though we'll be more sensitive about it, but regardless, we will do well with it. I just want you to realize that it takes courage to acknowledge your pain. When you ignore it, when you ignore the fact that you've been hurt, when you ignore those insecurities, when you ignore those fears, when you ignore those low self-esteem issues you have, it will come back to bite you. If you cope without healing, let's say you just block it, things will trigger. You will have that triggering effect. That's why when somebody who was betrayed by a person based on maybe money issues, they broke up, when he or she enters relationship and then one day maybe the partner just forgot to account for some money, forgot to just generally, maybe just innocently, that person is triggered and will be hurt, and you just see he or she lashing out at the partner. And so that's how it is. We have the beauty of free will, but I want you to choose to either let your battle scar make you or break you. Make or break or make or marry is two different ends of a coin or two different ends of a line. You either make it bring you to success or you make it destroy you. So I just want to remind you that you have a choice from now henceforth in this month, March, in this year, to make choices that would, you can live with consequences. And some people say, I can live without a person. Maybe they were hurt and they're like, I can live without it. If you are making such a decision based on you healed, I have no issues. But if you're making such a decision based on, I don't even know what I'm doing, I don't even care anymore, please seek help. Okay? Seek help. Seek for counsel. Okay? Life is not meant to be done alone. I mean, like, not even married now, like relationship wise. I think I listened to someone said, one of the greatest assets you can have is human capital. So have people you can talk to, have people you can share things with as you go through this life. So some quotes based on scars are, scars may show where you've been, but they don't dictate where you're going. Damn! Do you hear? Scars may show where you've been, but they don't dictate where you're going. Let it sink in. Just because she hurt you, just because you lost that money, just because you don't look that pretty when you wore that dress, does not mean that you won't look pretty later. Does not mean that you won't make money later. Does not mean that you won't marry the love of your life. Okay? Then scars are not just flaws, but her stories written, waiting to be told. So when you go through something, the stuff I went through, they left scars, right? But I healed, and now there's stories I can tell my children, stories I can tell people to encourage them. So yeah, I want you to just really, really, really take this year seriously. Okay, I think that was one of the reasons why I was excited to be 25, because I just realized that I'm really at an age that life shouldn't just be bread and butter anymore. Making adult decisions and making life-changing decisions. I'm just really glad I have God on my side, and I really hope for you too that you have. Anyway, I'm on your side. Anyway, thank you once again for listening to The Curious Intent. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for following. Thank you for commenting. Till next time. Bye. Till next time, this is the Curious Intent podcast. Like, share, follow, comment, DM. Bye. God bless you. See you later on the next episode of Curious Intent. Bye.